Der Karate-Podcast. Shunkukai. Im Gespräch Björn Rudolf und Erik Röhrig. Hallo liebe Zuhörer, hallo zu einer nicht neuen, sondern zu einer ersten Folge, die wir heute ausstrahlen werden, zu einer außerordentlichen. Und dann begrüße ich erstmal den Björn. Hi Björn.
Hi Erik.
Ja, schön. Der Björn, der ist jetzt noch mehr genesen als beim letzten Mal. Das ist für mich gut zu sehen und ich hoffe für euch auch schön zu hören. Wir haben heute ein Interview, was wir euch vorstellen wollen. Und das Interview hat der Björn aufgenommen bei seinem Besuch in Litauen, als er den Giedrius besucht hat.
Genau, als ich dort war, hatte ich die Idee, dass man mit ihm vielleicht ein Interview machen könnte, weil er ja auch einer von denen ist, die viel bei Sensei Nishiyama, also beim späten Leben von Sensei Nishiyama trainiert haben. Und da ein bisschen was über ihn zu erfahren und auch ein bisschen was aus der Zeit zu erfahren, fand ich da ganz spannend und finde das Interview auch wirklich ganz hörenswert. Natürlich vor allem interessant für Leute, die den Giedrius auch wirklich kennen.
Ja, genau. Ich denke, das sollte man vielleicht vorausschicken. Der Giedrius ist halt, ich finde, das ist so eine nette, höfliche und erlebenswerte Person. Das ist es einfach wert für die ihn kennen. Und für die ihn nicht kennen, finden vielleicht Interesse daran, ihn kennenzulernen. Ja, diese Möglichkeit, die wäre dann auch tatsächlich gegeben, ohne nach Litauen zu fliegen.
Genau, da hast du ja schon, oder beziehungsweise du mit deinem Dojo, habt ja da schon einige Male ihn im März oftmals eingeladen für ein Seminar. Und das ist wirklich eine Sache, die kann ich nur jedem empfehlen, da hinzukommen. Denn der Giedrius ist auch wirklich ein guter Trainer. Das konnte ich jetzt in Litauen auch wieder feststellen.
Das ist schön zu hören. Das freut mich, weil ich bin auch ein Fan von ihm. Also für mich ist er weniger jetzt Lehrer oder Sensei als viel mehr Freund geworden in den letzten Jahren. Und ich freue mich immer wahnsinnig, wenn ich mit ihm zusammen sein kann. Und wenn er hier ist, dann freue ich mich natürlich umso mehr, weil ich glaube wirklich, wie du es ja auch, Björn, gesagt hast, es ist einfach erlebenswert, wie er das Training leitet und wie er als Person ist. Und ihr da draußen, so weit ist Duisburg ja, denke ich mal, in Deutschland von keiner Ecke entfernt. Klar, wenn man jetzt aus dem tiefsten Bayern kommt, ist es schon eine große Anreise. Aber ansonsten, wenn ihr Bock habt, das würde dann wahrscheinlich veröffentlicht werden, auch auf unserer shunkukai Facebook-Seite. Und dann erstmal ein Appetizer über dieses Interview.
Okay, viel Spaß und wir hören uns bei der nächsten Folge von Shunkukai.
Dann bis zur nächsten Folge. Tschüss, Björn.
Tschüss. Okay, so today the first interview we do in the podcast, and of course most of us who are in the interview are not native speakers of English, so everybody is hopefully understand us. But I have to guess it's Giedrius Dranevicius. I hope it's spelled in the right way. Maybe he will say better. He has 6 dan, I think, in our karate. I found out he was doing karate since 1986. He's one of the directors of the World Traditionellen Karate Federation. Has an A license of coach, judge, and referee. Is president of the Litauischen Traditionellen Karate Federation. And besides karate, he has a bachelor in pedagogic and sport, and is a teacher of musicians. And so you see, he's an interesting life, and I'm really welcome Giedrius.
Thank you very much for this possibility, Björn. Always nice to meet you, nice to see you, and to talk with you, of course.
Yeah. So I have some questions. I've been here in Vilnius now for nearly 1 week, and we have a lot of interesting conversations, and maybe you can have the possibility to have some conversation parts now. So, Giedrius, I already told you started in 1986. Do you have any memories in this time of you started karate?
Yeah, of course I have. It was maybe the biggest memory that karate in our country at that time was prohibited. It's under law.
Yeah.
It's like a crime. And we knew very well if someone like coach who is teaching karate, he can go to jail for the 4 years.
Wow.
And if you are practicing karate, it's even better situation, only 2 years. But jail, not some penalties like money or something, you know. And this was interesting time. Everything was in very big secret, underground, after many locks, you know, under name of basketball trainings or something, you know. Our group was officially like basketball group, boys basketball group training, but under lock. We did 2 times per week karate, 2 times basketball.
Whoa.
With the same coach, because he was, you know, and karate man from before these restrictions in Soviet Union time. Yeah, I think this is most funny thing that can happen in some, you know, like North Korea or those undemocratic countries.
Yeah. Wow, interesting. Compares to today, if you're here in Vilnius, you feel so safe. It's really such a nice city, and even especially when you go into the dojo, it's great. It's great. And was the training like today, or what kind of training it was in this time?
Yeah, it's a good question. When I start karate, like I think mostly boys in our country, I start just from black and white pictures.
Yeah.
Black and white pictures, and in those pictures some Japanese guys did some actions like Ageuki. Now I can tell names, you know, or Gyakutsuki, and we do not understand and this type. Yeah, why we should do like this? But we just making copy paste, you know, without any reason. And when we start with this coach, of course, the trainings was completely different. It's a lot of physical exercises and little bit karate, but some points like how we should keep our wrist when we are punching, about the shoulders, some points was still correct, but its information was very less, you know, not about the kata, some kick like maigeri, mawashigeri, because from movie, you know, one punch from hand and then that's it. And thousands of repetitions without any explanation why.
Yes.
It was like that. Yeah.
Okay, nice. And for sure, you're one of really close students of Sensei Nishiyama, of the late Sensei Nishiyama. And when did you met him first time? And maybe you have some impressions.
It's a nice question, and you know, I met his first time in 1991 in Poland during the seminar, and maybe I have some big expectations, and Sensei Nishiyama was great like always. Now I can tell from the distance, but at that moment I didn't get any expression. Like old man, something doing, not like Jean-Claude Van Damme, you know, making some flights in the air, some few words explanation, and because I was, you know, really not ready for the sensei, just frankly, I think I do not understand nothing, you know, nothing, and came back home and just put check, yes, I saw Sensei Nishiyama. It was first feeling, you know. Of course, life showed that I was not right, and Sensei for me now, it's, I think, more than father, you know. I took from him a lot.
Yeah. Funny, because we had it in one episode in the beginning with Eric. It's the same impression, you know. It's you expect something spectacular, karate stuff, and most of us were, as you said, not ready for the wisdom he can give. Yeah. When did you start to understand what he wants?
Yeah, I think I saw a few times after that, you know, usually in Poland. I visited a seminar in Czech, but it was the same. Something, you know, like clear, but unclear at the same time, because Sensei used very short words and very short explanations, and if you don't know background, it's very difficult to catch him. And of course English.
Yeah.
My English today is really broken English, but before my English was completely zero, and Sensei English, who knows him well, is very specific, you know. And I would like to say thank you to Avi Rokah Sensei. he opened door and he translates Sensei's ideas to normal language, and from that point, from 1996, because of Sensei Avi, help a lot, I start to understand what Sensei want to say, how Sensei could express what he want to say, and step by step, I think this education starts from that point.
Yeah.
It's not like statistic, you met and make check, but really like a student. And this was, from my point of view, the greatest time in my life, really.
Nice. Yeah. For those who listen to the podcast, know we also are really big like fans of Sensei Avi Rokah, and maybe you can tell us the story you met Avi Rokah for the first time, because you already told me, and I love this story.
Yeah. Okay, it was a funny story. In 1996, I was invited to come to San Diego to summer camp, Traditional Karate Masters. And at that time, just background, this is very important. At that time, I had a company, security company, and almost all dangerous places in Vilnius, because it was time where still mafia was in charge, not government but mafia, and all dangerous places in Vilnius was under our company. And I was working like a manager of company, like a guy who should test, employers and select. It means I should fight with everyone who is coming, sometimes 50% during one day, and select who could be, the partner, because you should survive. Every evening you went like a war to your job, And this time I was looking for something efficient. And I have good friends from boxing, from Muay Thai, Thailand box, good friends from wrestling, from Taekwondo, and those friends was like national champions, and they have a lot of experience in the street. And we was training together, and I understood that this is work for the street, what we are doing, But karate doesn't work. After 10 years of trainings, I understood that karate doesn't work, because we are doing some katas, some kihons, and no purpose, no reason for what, And if you're asking why, answer, because Sensei told. Which Sensei, I don't know which, but Sensei told we should do like this, And answer why it was always like that. Because Sensei told during some seminar. And this is background. Because I have a lot of experience in the, like real situations, I feel completely self-confident, and I decided to quit with karate because it doesn't work, and it's I'm wasting the time. But at that time, from 1993, already almost 3 years, I was teaching the group of karate, and I decided to quit with this group. And on September, usually we start our season on September, I sit quiet at home, doing nothing, and kids start call. And parents start call to my home phone, Giedrius, when we will start karate this year. And I am, I'm afraid to say, sorry guys, but I don't believe what we did, and I am stopping. And maybe next week I don't have a gym, I trying to escape because afraid to say true, just simple.
Yeah.
And after 1 month they pushed me a lot, and I decided, okay, last year it was 1995/1996, this period. Okay, last year I will do, and I will quit for sure after this season. And now I am really thankful for those people, because they help to me don't lose direction and stay on this path. And after New Year I got this invitation, and mostly this year we were training some self-defense, not too much karate, but mostly because I believe in that,
Yeah.
And this is background. And I came to San Diego, and I have only one goal: to touch the best masters, but in practical way, because they are coming, everyone is coming, and to confirm to myself that karate is not effective, like I thought, and I can quit very, how to say, 100%, because I know I touch now the best masters in the world, And I came to San Diego. It's 1 week camp, and in San Diego I didn't understand nothing, but I got the feeling that something special, and in practical way something special. I saw a few situations when Sensei Nishiyama explained that now we will do. Now I'm from the distance telling the story. Yeah? Now we will do some like combination, and face to face, and we're trying to do. And some very big black guy, maybe 2 meters, and with big shoulders, he, by his face, he shows that, it doesn't work. This is, fancy. And Sensei Naito walk and just catch this, black man face, how he's smiling from Sensei. And he told, okay, face to me. Twice smaller person. Yes. And this was for me first thing interesting how it be.
Yeah.
After split of second, this black man, big one, was on the floor. Naito told, okay, stand up again. Again, the same combination, again on the floor. Third time, stand up, bam, again. And I understood it works. I don't know how to do it, but it works, And I got some interest in this. And of course, this 7 days, runs like popped and just finished. Yeah. And I decided to stay more and study in LA in National Karate Institute in Sensei's like Hombu Dojo for 1 month. And good friend from Ukraine, rest in peace now, our friend and sensei Vladimir Savchenko, told me, because we are living together, in one apartment, he told me, listen, Giedrius, Sensei Nishiyama will have class at night, but in the morning his student Avi Rokah will have class. Maybe we can go and enjoy. And I'm asking, who is? And he's a very nice student. And my ego was really very big, and I'm talking, listen, but I came here not for the students, I came to study with grandmaster like Nishiyama. No, it's shame, but I should tell this was true, and this is history, my history, my way of life. And I decided, okay, because we are friends, I support you, just go, but maybe one time. And later I just visited, classes of Sensei Nishiyama. And when we came, still at that time, dojo was in Robertson, different place, dusty, dirty, and we were waiting in the backyard. And this is my first expression, some Jeep Wrangler going in backyard. This, how to say, like chairs, and this part is what is supporting your back. Broken, behind the part baseball beat, and guys, Avi is and I saw small guy, not strong, looks like not strong, not big, very nice, friendly face, smiling, and my first impression. And he will teach us what we can learn from this, guy. Just, ego. How big it was ego, now I am thinking. But because I'm here, I will enter the class. I was very friendly. And what can I tell you guys? From that day, life begins. From that day, my karate life begins. I understood that my speed, my power, my abilities, I never failed in the street with my, punches. I cannot do nothing. For this, humble, small, slow, all epithets I can, say anti-sport epithets. Guy, he plays with me, like with small child. I just wanted to kick him, he already hit me, I just want to hit him, he already somewhere, and I can catch. I do not understand, because I don't know nothing about timing, about nothing. I just knew that power is power, speed is speed. And this was biggest impression in my life, because I can touch by practical way what is karate. And from this, my story started. I visited every class of Sensei. I was even crying, in the evenings, why I cannot do nothing. And I promised myself, tomorrow I will be better, I will catch with this guy. And I can do nothing, This is
I think everybody who was facing Avi can tell you are telling the truth, I think in your explanations we can have some of the answers, but I want you to point to the question, especially why did you do our kind of karate, not for example the Olympics karate, because it's much bigger and of course it's your profession to be an instructor. I think you can earn more money if you would do the Olympics karate.
Yeah, I think it's a very good question and very important question. Karate for me is always not about quantity but about the quality. I do not believe in efficiency of sport karate, because what we did before is almost the same what sport karate doing now, It's almost the same. It's kata for kata, kihon for kihon, kumite for kumite. And it's this kumite I'm just calling like kicking touching sport, And my way always was to find the best tools to be effective for the self-defense. This is one important thing. Another thing was philosophy of Buddha, because sports don't need any philosophy. Sports need, just few effective techniques and athletes training techniques, which will be on tatami, scored with the biggest points.
Yes.
That's it. Gyakuzuki, Kizamizuki, Maige, that's it. This is all about karate, And sport is always about the speed, sport is always about the power, about the coordination. And martial arts, it's about the skills. And this for me was always, biggest value, I think. Philosophy, what we have behind, that we can use this philosophy in our daily life, to become a better person, not aggressive like before.
Yes.
Because when I decided to quit karate, I feel that those trainings makes me like more aggressive than I want to be, and then I am from the nature, And now those trainings makes me more peaceful, and I'm really happy about it, and I'm sharing with people, because I want to create society around me with health mind, with health bodies, health way of thinking, and peaceful people.
Yes.
Why it's my like religion. I can change, because this is popular, or because it's this is shown on TV. It's some like empty things and things which has something inside. And sport you can practice very short period of your life. You are young, you do not have some serious injuries, and late you should stop. And this way, what we are doing, you can practice all your life. And when you're becoming slower with age, when your muscles weaker, still, if you know what is the timing, if you build body system, like Sensei Nishiyama used to tell us, you should create body system. Many people has very nice muscles. He was talking about me in this case, because I was really strong, but only few of those people can manage with those muscles. This is an idea.
Yes.
And later he used the example. It's the same like Jaguar, with 12 cylinders engine, but when you are turning on engine, only 2 is working. Why you need 12 if you're working only with 2? Yeah, this was for me wisdom for the life, I understand in the life that less is more. The same like in karate, less is more, You are thinking through this concept in daily life too.
Perfect summary of all. Yeah, nice. Yeah. And in the beginnings there were no championships in karate, and we are calling ourselves traditional karate, but we are doing championships. Do you think championships are good, or are there any points they have to let them good?
Yeah, very good question. Thank you. Very good question. And just I came a few days ago from European Championships. It was like World Fudokan Federation Championship, WTKF, World Traditional Karate Federation Championship, and World Budo Karate Association events. And it depends. And strong point that we have very precise rules, which was created by our sensei, late Sensei Nishiyama. And those rules are for me like a Bible. If you don't know how to punch, just read the rules. Everything is written. For what Wazari, for what Todome, for what Ippon, how should look Todome, etc. Everything is written in this rule book. On the other hand, I should say true, we are not using so much those rules, Sometimes we're ignoring very important points, from those rules. And in this case, karate competition, like a sport event, becoming like every sport events, just people coming and trying to take the medal, the first place. And doesn't matter, like we have problems in football or some kinds of sports when coaches trying to buy judges. Coaches to trying to buy coaches of our team to make influence, and because there is the money.
Yes.
There is the money and there is the sport dark side, and we should talk about it. Of course, like doping, because doesn't matter the price, if no one will catch me, I want to and need to win medal,
Yes.
This is the darkest side of sport, and I always don't want to touch this. But bright side of our competition, that Sensei Nishiyama, when he made the rules, he based our competition on very old Budo principle we are calling shiai. Shiai, it means we're testing each other. It's completely different world. I'm going to competition. I want to meet my friends from all the Europe. I know that they are practicing in the same system, in the same way, but we are going out from our dojo to meet and to test our skills. And when we are making bao, it means rei, we always have intention. I will push hard as I can. You, please push hard me as you can, but our fight will be safe, and I will show your mistakes, you will show my mistakes, my weakest points. And after competition, we are making bow, saying thank you very much. Now I understood where I have weak points. I will go home and will practice and will work next year on it, and we can meet again after 1 year. This is idea is very important. And now I think we should make a very big job with judges corps, because if judges making mistakes, we have very low standards. Athletes, they are simple, they follow the judges. If judges giving points for nothing, for example, athletes don't push himself to do hard, things. They try to get points for the nothing. But if judges will keep highest standards for kata, highest standards for kumite, athletes will be forced and our art will grow. And my point that our competition should be based on Shiai principle. If we will based on sport principle, we will have what we have in all different kind of sports.
Great. Yeah. And do you think how much should be the part in the karate life, the championship, and maybe in percent, plus minus,
Okay.
Just
in percentage, I always talking for all people in my dojo, from kids, till adults. Like sport in karate should be maybe 10% from our life. 90% we should study. We should work, we should create good foundation, and 10% we can compete in some competition. Some countries keeping upside down this.
yes.
They are focused on the sport mostly, and not to be better like a person, better like a karate practitioner. And I always thinking in that way. If one day, for example, we now have this situation, COVID closed all competition. Just COVID closed all competitions, and for some dojos was very difficult because only motivation was competition. Athletes don't want to train because after 2 weeks they don't have competition. Our dojo was full of members because we never focused on the competition. Never.
Yeah, great answer. Yes, so Giedrius, we are nearly at the end of the interview. I have the idea of ask you short question and you just maybe some words. For example, do you have a favorite kata?
Yes, Hangitsu.
If you have to choose, Ojiwaza or Shikakewaza?
Ojiwaza or Shikakewaza? Shikakewaza. My favorite.
Yeah, it's modesty. Yeah, nice. Okay, so I just can say I was visiting you, and once I remember I read an interview with Sensei Nishiyama, or I saw it on YouTube, and he talked that his Kendo master said when he was talking about karate, no human class in it, no human class, no Budo.
Yeah.
And the sensei wanted to create an art which has human class. And
yes.
I think my impression is when I see people like you, they are putting human class in Budo, and I can't imagine this guy you're talking about in the 90s, this guy who was in the security, because I know you for many years now, and you are such a great person, big kind of human class, and I'm really happy to stay this week here, and I was really happy that you joined this interview. So my advice for everybody who has the chance to visit him here in Vilnius, or normally, and I think it will return now, he's coming once a year to Germany, to Düsseldorf, to Duisburg, I think, Duisburg, and then, our listeners know Eric's dojo is organizing it. If you have the chance, visit it, see the wisdom, see the knowledge, and steal all of this knowledge from Giedrius, and enjoy the time with him. So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure, always to be with you, to talk and to practice, of course. Thank you.
Thank you.
Der Karate-Podcast. Shunkukai. Im Gespräch Björn Rudolf und Erik Röhrig.